It's great.
No sleeping.
We plan to go on. Inspired me to action.
No eating.
It was the most idealistic vision.
Forum for Creative Europe, Prague 2009.
No, it was very good. It was very stimulating. There were terrific speakers. It was good to be in a European environment where we also had perspectives from outside of Europe. That was quite useful. Although interesting, I thought perhaps we had too many Americans. But no, it was good. And I enjoyed, there was a good balance of plenary sessions and small group sessions. Too many speakers, that's always a problem. There's always too many speakers. And not quite enough time to have discussions. It made me think that I have to keep pushing the boundaries of the definitions of the arts that I work in and think of new partnerships that are going to sort of stimulate both the artists and the context we're working in. So the presentations we had from people working in the innovation departments of businesses, from Google, from those sorts of places, I thought they were the most challenging and the most interesting. And they're the things I'll take away from the conference.
So you think that you can capitalize?
Oh yes, absolutely.
I think that the approach is what was said in the first session when the conference started on Thursday. It was the most idealistic vision about the next future. I think next generation in 21st century. But as a conference is very good prepared, you can see that the reality in the business and the art is much in the development to become in the state what was said in the first approach. So I think this is nice done, and there is visible that there is a lot of work how we will run or how we will have a way to be on the stage of the creative society. It's very pity that there is no full house of the people from the Czech institutions, more Czech cultural institutions, even the cultural administrators, because I think that these thoughts, what are spoken here on the conference, has to be kind of basic education, how to do and how to take about the culture in our times.
Well, I'm working together with colleagues in the European Commission on a new green paper for cultural and creative industries, how to make the most of them, how to unlock their potential. A lot of the talk here today was about that. We're also working with education colleagues, links between education and culture, and it's been very refreshing, I think, really to hear practical ideas from experts, from practitioners on what is happening already in that sphere in different countries, in the UK, in the Czech Republic, and to translate that into policy, I think is for us a challenge. This morning heard really fascinating examples also quoted this afternoon about kids, primary kids buying a disused airplane, an out-of-service airplane, having it converted into a teaching space for their school, a classroom for their school, basically running that project themselves, taking responsibility themselves, managing the budget themselves, an idea which at first sight most of us would say it won't work, that can't really work, and in fact it has worked, it is working. And it's proof, it's practical ideas like that, I think, that can really inspire us wherever we're working in schools and culture organisations or in policy-making organisations. That kind of thing, I think, feeds our creativity and inspires, and that's, for me, the great benefit of a conference like this.
For me, it was not new because I've been reading the books by the authors that were presented here, but it's great to see them live. It's great to see that they have impact on greater audience, and it's pity that the ears that should hear that they left after the opening speeches.
Who you mean?
I mean the ministers.
And I was very, very much touched by the words of Mr. Václav Havel, which I think replaces, even if it replaces the old topics in the true human dimension, which we can not forget at any time, and which is for me the core of the importance of culture. So just this was a high point. But I think the other highlights, the other ways to éclair, to put light on the subjects were very interesting too, because it touches to all the levels of the integration of the societies, and it's a big focus about what we should do at the European Union to try to have at least this integration one day.
Was there something what you can take home from this conference and apply it to boost the creativity?
Oh, I think it's just the open mind, the idea that we have always to be very open and to be to the ideas of our own ideas first and the ideas of the other and to the others. And I think it really and. We have not to put a vertical separation between all the policies in union, economics and ecology and culture. And I think one word that I really like is that it say that culture should be exactly at the same level of the other policies, but with no exception. We don't have to ask, and this I think is the failure in the approach of the cultural people. It's that sometimes they are too much wanting exceptions, which makes them apart. I think we should be treated at exactly the same other policies in Europe. Or okay.
So don't give money just to artists, but also to people.
Also to artists.
Also to artists.
Yeah.